Nearly 6 years ago, former snowboarder Kevin Pearce was at the top of his sport until a near-fatal crash and traumatic brain injury changed his life forever. Now, through his foundation called LoveYourBrain, Kevin has become a national spokesman for recovering brain injury survivors. Sharing his story along the way, he seeks to convey one simple message.
There's nothing more important than your brain, and you need to love it like you love anything else in life. For me, it's going out there and talking to these millions of people that have injured their brains, that do have the ability to heal, and providing that help and support has been very impactful and very cool for me to be able to do something that feels like it's so needed right now in such a huge way.
Love Your Brain is not only the message that Kevin and we all live by, but turned into this foundation, the Love Your Brain Foundation. And what we're really all about is creating community to improve the lives of people with brain injury.
The Foundation's latest initiative is to help that community through the spiritual exercise of yoga, teaching and incorporating techniques aimed specifically at brain injury survivors, beginning in Kevin's home state of Vermont.
The number one thing I feel like that has healed my brain the most is yoga. It was just like the most amazing thing for me to be able to just like calm my brain and calm my mind and just like slow down, yet I was moving.
I'm a physical therapist. I used to work in a rehab hospital where I was working with brain injuries and spinal cord injuries. I'm hoping to gain better knowledge how to support my patients that I see and to better understand their mind-body connection.
Brain injury people need this desperately, and his charisma and his ability to get this out will be huge. It's the perfect way to get someone who has difficulty with social issues involved, because yoga people are wonderful people, and they're accepting, and it just feels so good.
With a traumatic brain injury, there's so much physical rehab that you go through that sometimes the spiritual side of thing and the mental side of thing gets left to the wayside. And that's a big proponent of how somebody recovers from something, is how they can feel confident in themselves and see a future.
He will never be a world-class snowboarder again, but ironically, Kevin's crash has given him clarity in the years since, allowing him to carve a new path to enlightenment for himself and for others around the world.
It's really hard to come to grips with understanding of how different my life will now be because of that fall, but that I have taken the path of where I do still have hope. Through the foundation, to give the hope and to not allow people to give up and never to settle for less.
Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. And I think when you realize that, we're all gonna go through painful situations, but I think if we can build resilience and resources around us to help us get through these difficult challenges, that anything is possible.
Everything happens for a reason, and there was a very good reason that happened that day, and not for one moment do I feel like I would want to be in a different place than I am right now, because I feel like what I'm doing and who and how I'm helping and what I'm learning and the things and the path that I'm taking now is so perfect.
Up next, EA breaks out its breakthrough technology. Find out how the new face of the NBA could be your own.